Hey guys, Coach Alana here. I wanted to talk to you guys today about the 5 productivity hacks of successful people. So I listened to a podcast from Brendon Burchard just this week where he talked about these things, and these are my biggest takeaways. So I wanted to share them with you guys. There were some big ones for me, which I'll share at the end, that I'm definitely going to start implementing. So grab a notepad, write some stuff down, because as we all know, personal development is pretty much useless if you aren't, taking things away and actually implementing them for yourself and for your business. So definitely grab a pen and start writing. Okay, so productivity hack number 1 is raise your ambitions. So motivation basically comes from ambition, and your productivity is directly tied to your ambition and your motivation. So when you're driven for something and you're ambitious about it and you're motivated by it, then you're going to be more productive. Whereas if something isn't really that exciting to you, why would you want to work on it, basically? What we can always strive for is getting to the next level with our goals. So if you already feel like, my business is doing pretty well, or, my relationships are pretty good, how could they be better? It's not about like wanting more or being greedy or anything like that, but it's about always raising your ambitions so that you can... Sorry, I have a very whiny dog harassing me right now. Shh, it's okay. Sorry, guys. Okay, so, it's about raising up to the next level so that you always have something that you're ambitious about and you're motivated by to strive for. So, again, if it's your business, your relationships, just think of ways that you can take them to the next level. Think about how you want, maybe a friendship with a friend, how that could be better. Maybe you're spending 2 days a month hanging out with them. Maybe you could spend 4 days a month hanging out with them. Anything like that. That's maybe not the best example when it comes to talking about like your ambitions and I don't know, I wouldn't say you can be ambitious about hanging out with friends, but you guys get the idea. So think about what those next level things are that you want to strive for, and get really clear on what they are and connect with them. Think about these goals and ambitions that you have every day. Write them down, have them somewhere in your workspace that you can see them, so that you are always reminded of them, and they're going to continue to drive your ambitions and your motivation, and therefore your productivity. So also think about the fact that successful people don't shy away from things that are going to be hard or stressful, or require them to push a little bit more. They embrace it. You don't shy away from something just because you're not good at it or it's hard. Embrace it and learn to master it and be good at it, and strive to spend a little time daily to work on that, because I think it ups everyone's motivations when we take on challenges and, learn from them and grow from them and better ourselves from them. Okay, so productivity hack number 2 is own your morning. So I know I've talked about this before, of the importance of having a morning routine. And I really can't stress it enough. Basically, if your day is starting with chaos and you're running around and just reacting to whatever's going on, odds are the rest of your day is going to go pretty much the same way. So the majority of people, the very first thing they do after their alarm goes off is they get on their phone. And in this, day and age of so much social media, that is usually getting on their social media account, checking their email, checking their Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it may be. That's usually what it is. And basically your inbox in any of those places, whether it's your email, Facebook, whatever, is an organized place for other people's agenda. So what I mean by that is, when you are ruled by when you're starting your day by looking at your inbox, you're starting your day being ruled by someone else's agenda of whatever it was that they sent to you in a message, basically. He talked about a study that was done, and they found that you can be 30% more productive over the course of a week if you avoid checking any of your inboxes for the first 60 minutes of your day. So, wake up, and in those first 60 minutes, don't check any inboxes. Take those first 60 minutes of your day to really get your day charged. Do something good for yourself. Start your day off with personal development, do a workout, eat a good breakfast, meditate, any of those things that are going to be, those are all going to be infinitely better and more positive for starting your day than checking your inbox. Like, I can guarantee it. Even if you have good news in your inbox, have your day start because of actions that you've taken, not that someone else took, basically. Take some time to plan out your schedule for the day and set little time blocks of when you're going to do things and little deadlines throughout the day. If you have things that you need to work on, say, I'm going to get this done by this time. And setting a little timeline for your day really helps get you on track, get you focused, and helps you to be more productive. When you, give yourself time limits, then you are going to push harder to get things done. All right, number 3 is work the needle movers. So basically what that means, I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but it's something called the 80-20 rule, where basically 80% of your productivity and your success is going to come from the 20% of the stuff that you do. And it's the same with, people that you work with or people on your team. 80% of your, good stuff that's going on and success and things that are working is going to come from 20% of your people. So basically, you want to, sorry, I kind of just lost my place. Anyway, so basically it's the idea of focus on the people and the tasks and the actions that really are going to matter and have a big, positive effect on your business. For us as coaches, that's the vital behaviors, inviting and getting our personal development done and getting our workouts done. Like, those are the things that ultimately are going to move your business forward. And yeah, there's a lot of other things that we can do as coaches that are important. But when it comes down to being productive, focus on those things that really matter, those 20%, that's going to give you 80% of your results. So basically with anything, that you're doing that is, a major, I don't know what the right word is that I'm looking for. Anyway, basically with anything, you have 5 big moves. So if you have a big goal that you're trying to push for, there's going to be 5 major moves that are going to get you there. And there might be a lot of other moving pieces and other things that are somewhat involved in it. But it's going to take 5 moves or less to actually get you there. So prioritize those 5 things, and prioritize the things that are going to have impact for you, for your life, for your business, for your relationships, and not necessarily things that are going to be the easiest. So if you have a list of stuff that you have to get done for the day and you need to be productive, again, focus on that 20% of the stuff that's going to be more important. Focus on the stuff that's going to have the greatest impact over what might maybe be easier. All right, so number 4 is demonstrate and then delegate. So what that means, and something that Peter Voog talks about a lot is delegating your tasks, not wasting time on things that you yourself really aren't good on. Delegate them to other people. And, this doesn't really necessarily go against that, but the idea is well, there's twofold. For one, you can't really delegate to other people if you don't know how something is supposed to work. So if you're delegating something because you don't know how to do it, how are you going to know if someone else is doing it right, basically? And the other idea behind this is don't delegate something just because you're not good at it if it's going to be something that is really important and valuable to moving your business forward. So, okay, maybe that's creating videos. This Brendon Burchard, he talked about this. He apparently hated doing videos. He was really, felt like he really wasn't good at them, really didn't like doing them, all that stuff. But he realized for him, for his brand, for someone, trying to get out there to help people and help them move forward and stuff, in this day and age, like, you need to be out there. Your face needs to be out there. You need to be the one on the videos. You can't really delegate that to someone else of like, here I am today talking about the concepts of Brendon Burchard. There's far more impact when, he puts his own face out there. So, the idea is that if something is going to be valuable to you and is going to help you move your business forward, if you're not good at it, it's worth it to take the time to get good at it and master it, and not delegate it to someone else, basically. So think about the things, that you aren't good at, and take a look at them. And if there's something that could really help you move your business forward, then it's worth it to take the time to learn them and not, kind of push them off on someone else. Okay. Hack number 5 is use performance enhancers. So that sounds like I'm telling you guys to all use drugs, and I'm not. But what that means is we have like our own performance enhancers that we can utilize every day that are going to help us to be more productive. So one of those is sleep. He talked about a study that was done where they took people who, over the course of 10 days, were allowed to sleep 6 hours a night for 10 days straight. And what they found is that getting that little sleep, as you guys should know, or hopefully it's recommended that we all get 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. So people who are just getting 6 hours, which, isn't that far below it, after 10 nights of only getting 6 hours of sleep every night, their competency scores were down, their decision-making skills were down, their motivation was down, their focus was down, everything. They, like after the study, talked about that literally they determined that after 10 days in a row of only 6 hours a night of sleep, your decision making is equivalent to someone who's drunk. So if you're someone who's, and I mean, obviously there's a ton of people who operate on that low of sleep all the time, and they just get used to it. And it's just the way it is. But honestly, you can really up your performance and your drive and your motivation and your ambition and everything if you can get those 7 to 8 hours a night of sleep. Another performance enhancer is meditation. Lower stress basically leads to more productivity. It's as simple as that. Taking even just 5 minutes a day to just sit quietly. I'm not like a big meditator, but I think there's a lot of value in just calming your mind for a few minutes a day. Number 3 performance enhancer is transition recovery. So what that means is, think of it like an athlete who, after a major sporting event, they take a little time off to let their muscles recover and, sort of recharge before another event. And it's the same thing in business and in work. Is you should, after anything really big that you're working on, take a few minutes to just relax and not think about it. Something that Peter Boog also talks about is working like in 90-minute increments and then taking like 10 minutes just to like go for a walk or, do some exercises, do some yoga, anything like that. So throughout your day, try and plan out a couple little blocks of time where you're going to work for a bit. 90 minutes is a pretty ideal time. And then take 5 or 10 minutes, 20 minutes even, to just completely, disconnect, recharge, not think about work or anything, just like relax, do something totally different. And that's going to help you to then jump back in and be more productive. Another one is planning. Obviously, I kind of talked about this earlier with the morning thing is, just having a plan for your day is going to ultimately increase your performance because you're sticking to a schedule. Having a great team around you is an awesome performance enhancer. Having people around you that lift you up and give you drive and make you want to be better is always going to push you to be more productive. And then obviously one that we know pretty well is healthy eating and exercise is going to enhance your energy levels, make you have, a better overall feeling of wellness in your body, and that is going to lead to better productivity as well. So those are the big things that I wanted to share with you guys, and I literally had firsthand my big takeaway from this. I've gotten into the habit lately of rolling over, and when I get up in the morning and getting on my phone, and usually I check my email and there's a lot of junk in there or whatever, and usually try and stay off Facebook, but sometimes I'll check my Instagram. I'm getting into that looking at the inbox in the first 30 or 60 minutes of the day thing, and it's something I don't know how I started doing it, but I did. And I know I talked with you guys before about, changing up my morning routine. I'm still doing that, but it was literally my alarm would go off and spend 20 minutes on my phone before I actually got up to go do my personal development and then get my workout in. And what happened to me this week, and I actually watched this training from Brendon Burchard the next day. So this was a perfect, I wish I had seen this before. But what happened to me Monday morning was I rolled over, alarm went off, got on to check my email. Like I said, usually it's just junk. And there I have a coach cancellation from someone who I just signed up 2 weeks ago or something. Someone who I talked to quite a bit beforehand, about coaching. Wasn't ready and all those things, and then finally signed up. Great, awesome, really excited. Really always excited when new people join to help them work on their goals, both fitness and business. And she'd quit. And so then I immediately went to Facebook to try to, reach out to her, to message her, and she'd blocked me on Facebook. So I share this with you guys to let you know that this is things that happen to, everyone as coaches, and eventually you will have a coach cancellation. So yeah, it happens. It's not the end of the world. Anyway, so of course this, person I just signed up, and I literally signed her up because I was pushing really hard to sign her up under my mom to get my mom to Emerald, and I think I signed her up on a Wednesday, literally right before the end of the week. So it was I felt so good about, about that going through and everything and all that, and then she quit. So it's of course this just, I felt like crap. There's no way to avoid it. I spend a lot of time doing personal development, no matter what. Seeing that first thing in the morning just made me really upset, and bummed and everything. So, and then, like I said, the next day I listened to this training and just okay, if I had not looked at my messages, yes, I would have seen the message later. Yes, it probably still would have bummed me out a little bit, but literally that set this whole tone for my morning. I went in and I tried to do personal development, and my mind wasn't really on it. And then I, messaged Christy to talk to her, and it really set a very negative tone for my entire morning. I still did my workout and stuff, but it just, it was so much negativity and everything that I could have probably avoided. I don't want to, like I said, I still would have probably, it still would have impacted me, and it's always hard when someone gives up on themselves, and that, always impacts me a little bit. But if I had taken the time in the morning to just get up, get my personal development in, have my Shakeology, get my workout in, it would have strengthened my mind and made me feel so much better. that I think I would have been able to like handle that news better. Like I said, it still would have impacted me, but I don't think it would have hit me as hard as it really did by seeing it first thing in the morning, like the first thing when I wake up. So that was a really big takeaway for me. It's just Thursday now, so I listened to this on Tuesday. So for the 2 mornings now, I haven't been looking at my inbox in the first 60 minutes, which does feel good. So that was my biggest takeaway from this training. And also working on my schedule. You know, obviously being my own boss and running my own schedule is awesome, but it means needing to be a little bit more diligent about my timing and, you know, making a strict schedule for my day. So yeah, I hope this was helpful for you guys. Feel free to post below if you have any questions, and I would also like you to comment on this video and tell me what your big takeaway was and what you're going to be implementing. All right, hope you guys are having a good week, and I will talk to you soon.